What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today I want to talk about the quarterback battle. Seems to be heating up, okay? Obviously, not for the starter position. This one going to be for that third quarterback spot, assuming the Colts only take 3 into this season. Which one is it going to be? And at this point, I think after week 1, it looked like Sam Ehlinger might have been on his way to locking it up. And then Jason Bean wasn't perfect, but played pretty well. And then going into game 2, Sam Ehlinger gets the start, plays for about a quarter and a half, and then Jason Bean comes in after that. Keaton Slovis was the last quarterback to play, which was a switch from the first game. And in this instance, you have Sam Ehlinger, who I thought didn't start well, right? That the offense with Sam Ehlinger ends up putting up a touchdown. Tyler Goodson gets to run for a touchdown in that drive. But I just thought early on Sam was off the mark. And I thought that I was just a little disappointed, I guess you would say, with how he ended up coming out, right? Leading the team out there on the first drive. And I just thought he was going to be able to have an opportunity to come out and really separate himself, right? Take us down in that opening drive, go score a touchdown. That doesn't end up happening. And obviously, it's a team game. It's not all on Sam, but everything comes back to the quarterback. So at the end of the day, definitely going to put some blame on Sam. Again, early on, I just thought he was off the mark. I didn't think it looked like there was some rust, even though he looked the way he did in the first game. He just didn't look great in the second game. And then I thought Jason Bean came in and had the interception, which you may have already heard my thoughts on the interception, but if you haven't, just know that I thought, obviously, with it being intercepted, like you don't need that to happen. In hindsight, you want it to go another way, but looking at what he was looking at and looking at it in real time, when I watched it in real time, I thought he fit the ball in there, and DJ Montgomery made a great catch. And unfortunately, that ends up being an interception. It was a good try to get the ball downfield, somebody trying to make a play. And what I enjoyed about it, obviously the interception is not good, but it's like quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks like Jason Bean and just like Anthony Richardson last year, and things that you look for in quarterbacks that can run is when it comes time, especially in the NFL with the rush closing on them so fast, like are they going to decide to run or are they going to keep their eyes downfield and try to be a quarterback and throw the ball? And that's one thing that Anthony Richardson did last year. One thing that I think surprised a lot of people is his ability to roll out of the pocket and continue to keep his eyes downfield, keep the ball ready to throw as he's rolling out. And I think we see the same things from Jason Bean. I think Jason Bean does a really good job of using his legs to his advantage, but he doesn't get caught up trying to run too much. Obviously, in the game, has a rushing touchdown. He also had a play, almost had 2 rushing touchdowns, tried to run through one of their corners, corner safety, whatever he was, tried to run through number 27 at the goal line. That was a stalemate, but got down to the 1-yard line. So I thought Jason Bean overall, when you look at what he was able to do and how it looked while he was doing it, I thought he performed really well. I thought he did some things that were that impressed me. I thought he made good decisions throughout the game, and just looking at the stats, he ends up being the quarterback that did the best. Again, the interception is going to be a mark on his record, but overall, I thought he looked better than the other 2 quarterbacks. They all got roughly the same amount of time. Jason Bean probably got the most time in the game. They didn't score in the second quarter, but Jason Bean, on the last drive that he was going to be in the game, they get a touchdown. He's the one that runs it in. So luckily, able to get in the end zone. Stats look good. And just looking at the game again, because of how Jason Bean looks on the field, he looked good. So where does this conversation go from here, right? Well, if we're talking about the possibility, especially Jason Bean being able to be a better fit in the Steichen offense, if we keep Jason Bean, what happens with Sam Ehlinger? Right? That's the question. And here in the Syndicate, we have, obviously this is Colts Syndicate. Lion Syndicate is the big dog. But we also have 2 other syndicate. We have multiple syndicates right now, but 2 of the other ones we have are the Viking Syndicate and the Charger Syndicate. I know just from hearing them talk in our chat and seeing some of their videos that those guys are desperately looking for a backup quarterback, especially the Vikings, right? The Vikings now need a backup quarterback because J.J. McCarthy's out for the year and they have Sam Darnold. You look at the Chargers, Justin Herbert is dealing with his own injury. So when's he going to be back? How's it going to affect him throughout the season coming up? So the Chargers, I know they're not impressed with what they've seen from their backup quarterbacks. Is there a possibility that we're able to trade Sam Ehlinger? Can we trade Sam Ehlinger, keep Jason Bean on the team as the emergency quarterback? That's where I'm at with this, and I think trading him to one of those teams, the Vikings or the Chargers, would be good. And I think a guy like Jim Harbaugh would like a guy like Sam Ehlinger as his quarterback, somebody that can use his legs, somebody with a little bit of power behind him, but somebody that he can mold to his own. Sam Ehlinger is still young. Jim Harbaugh, been around football a long time, usually does really well with quarterbacks. So I think that would be good for Sam, and I think it's something that the Chargers could end up considering. I also think when you look at the Vikings situation, how much are you really going to be trying to depend on Sam Darnold, right? Things haven't gone well in Sam Darnold's career. Hey, that could turn around. He has Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson. Like he has receivers to throw the ball to. So maybe it ends up working out for Darnold. But hey, maybe you need an insurance policy. You need a better insurance policy than what you have, and a better backup quarterback than what you have. Hey, why not just go ahead, take Sam Ehlinger? What's it going to take? Hey, just a sixth round in 2025. Nothing crazy. Sixth round in 2025. Maybe even because those particular teams are in the situations that they're in, hey, maybe you just go ahead and give us a fifth in 2025, right? Up it a little bit. Ballard is no stranger of finding great players in the fifth, sixth, seventh round. So, it's usually not much for a lot of teams when Chris Ballard's picking. Like, say what you want. If Chris Ballard's picking in the late rounds, I'm paying attention to who he's getting because there's a chance they could be a steal. Okay, so that's where I'm at with this whole thing. I think Jason Beans looked really good, and I think the third preseason game could tell us a lot. Obviously, if there are any roster moves, which I expect there to be going forward, then of course I'll update you as soon as I possibly can. Working the day job a lot this week. Got some overtime happening this week, so again, gonna get everything to you as soon as I possibly can this week. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you continue to get notified when any more videos drop on this channel. Going to be live streaming during the game this week. So keep on stopping by. Got more content coming out. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.